Welcome back to the final and most important part of our story, The Silver Key. I am Sam, and I am joined by my curious friend, Sarah.
Hello, everyone. Sam, I have been thinking about Arian all day. In part 1, he was standing on the platform with a silver key and a ticket to a place called Eldoria. I want to know, is Eldoria a real place or just a dream?
That is a deep question, Sarah. For Arian, it was more real than his office. As he sat on the train, he noticed the air changed. It was no longer the smell of old metal and smoke. The train, Eldoria, was clean, and the seats were made of soft blue silk. He looked at the other passengers. They were strange. They had gray suits and tired eyes. They were all looking at their watches every 10 seconds, as if they were afraid of being late for something.
Oh, that sounds exactly like his life in London. Were they prisoners of time just like Arian was? Did anyone talk to him or smile at him?
No, Sarah. No one spoke. The carriage was perfectly silent. But outside the window, the view was exploding with color. They passed a lake where the water was bright neon pink. They passed a city where the buildings were floating in the air like balloons. Arian wanted to shout, "Look! Look out the window!" But the other passengers only looked at their gray shoes. They were too busy with their routine to see the magic.
That is so sad. They had magic right outside their window, but they chose to ignore it. Sam, why do people do that? Why do we ignore the beauty around us?
Because we become blind, Sarah. When we do the same thing every day, our eyes stop looking for new things. But Arian was different now. After many hours, the train finally reached its destination. The brakes made a sound like a musical flute. Arian was the only one who stood up. He stepped onto a platform made of white marble, and the train vanished into the clouds. He was alone in a valley of light.
Alone in a valley of light? My heart is beating fast just hearing this. What did he see in that valley?
He followed a path made of soft white sand. On both sides there were giant pine trees. Their needles were not green, but gold. The wind whispered his name, Arian, Arian. He walked for miles until his legs were tired, but his heart felt light. Finally, he saw it, a wall made of black marble, and in it, the wooden gate. It was huge and covered in ancient symbols.
A black marble wall and a wooden gate? That is a strong image. Was it easy to find the lock?
It was not easy. The gate was covered with thick green vines. Arian had to pull the leaves away with his hands. He cut his finger a little bit, but he did not care. Finally, he saw a silver circle with a small hole. He took a very deep breath. He looked at the silver key one last time. He knew if he turned this key, his old life would be gone forever. He thought about his desk, his coffee, and his gray tie.
That is the scariest part, leaving everything you know behind, even if it is boring. It's the fear of the unknown. Did he have the courage to do it?
He did. He pushed the key in and turned it. Kink. The gate did not just open, it melted away like sugar in water. Arian stepped into the garden, and his eyes filled with tears. It was not just flowers, Sarah. Every flower was a memory of a time he was happy. One flower smelled like his grandmother's kitchen. Another sounded like the ocean when he was a child.
Oh, Sam, that is beautiful. So the garden was his lost happiness. It was all the things he forgot while he was working in that gray office?
Exactly. He sat down under a tree that grew silver apples. He closed his eyes and a movie started playing in his mind. He saw himself 5 years ago, 10 years ago. He saw the thousands of hours he spent staring at a white wall. He saw how many times he wanted to paint or travel or dance, but he said, "No, I have to work. I have to follow the rules."
He started to realize that he was his own police officer. He was the one who stopped his own joy. He was living in darkness because he was afraid of his own light.
Yes, and this happens to many people, Sarah. When we do the same job for 20 years, our brains create a deep path. It is like a river. It is very hard for the water to flow in a new direction. We call it the comfort zone. But the comfort zone is a trap. It makes your world small.
So the silver key was actually his courage to break the routine.
Exactly. Arian threw his gray tie on the ground. He took off his watch and left it under the tree. He did not need time anymore. He had Eldoria. He had himself.
That was a very emotional story. Now let us look at our 10 words very carefully. We will say them slowly and spell them for you.
Let us start with silent. It is an adjective. It means no sound at all. For example, the forest was silent. Sarah, how do we spell it?
Listen carefully. It is spelled S-I-L-E-N-T. Again, S-I-L-E-N-T.
Next is destination. This is a long noun. It is the end of a journey. For example, London is a busy destination. Sarah, spell this big word.
D-E-S-T-I-N-A-T-I-O-N. One more time. D-E-S-T-I-N-A-T-I-O-N.
Then we have pine, a type of tree that smells fresh. Spell it, please.
P-I-N-E. It is simple. P-I-N-E.
Word number 4 is wooden. It means made of wood, like the gate.
W-O-O-D-E-N. Remember the double O. W-O-O-D-E-N.
And the gate. A gate is a big door for the outside.
G-A-T-E. Very easy. G-A-T-E.
Number 6 is lock. You need a key for a lock.
L-O-C-K. Don't forget the C. L-O-C-K.
Now, a very important word, breath. It is the air in your lungs. It is a noun.
B-R-E-A-T-H. Again, B-R-E-A-T-H.
Next is garden, a place for flowers and peace.
G-A-R-D-E-N. Slow spelling. G-A-R-D-E-N.
Number 9 is realize, to understand a truth in your mind.
R-E-A-L-I-Z-E. Let us repeat. R-E-A-L-I-Z-E.
And finally, darkness, when there is no light.
D-A-R-K-N-E-S-S. It has a double S. D-A-R-K-N-E-S-S.
Now, Sarah, let us test our listeners. I will ask 3 questions, and you give them a few seconds to think.
I love quizzes. Listen carefully, students.
Question 1. What was the name of the magical train?
The answer is Eldoria. I hope you remembered that name.
Question 2. What did Arian find hidden behind the green vines?
It was the wooden gate and the silver lock.
Final question. What did Arian leave under the tree because he did not need them anymore?
He left his watch and his gray tie. He left his old routine behind.
That is the end of our second episode. Arian's story is over, but your story is just beginning.
Yes, don't let your life become a gray routine. Read more, learn more, and always look for your silver key. Thank you for listening to us today.
Please click the like button and subscribe to our channel if you want to hear episode 3.
Share this with your friends who are learning English. It helps them too, and it helps us too.
Goodbye for now, everyone. Stay curious.
Goodbye. See you in the next adventure.